What if humanity never touched the warp? No faster-than-light travel, no Psykers, no chaos gods. The Imperium of Man, as we know it, would never exist, and the galaxy would become a very, very different place. In our known history, the warp was humanity's gateway to the stars, a chaotic sea of unreality that allowed ships to cross light years in weeks. But in this alternate timeline, humanity never discovered it. The ancient Terran scientists, no matter how advanced, fail to pierce that dimension. Instead, they rely entirely on conventional physics. Fusion drives, generation ships, cryo-travel. Colonization still happens, but it is painfully slow. Each new colony takes centuries to reach. Fleets of massive generation arcs crawl between the stars, carrying millions of humans into deep space. Communication between worlds, impossible beyond the speed of light. Every colony becomes its own isolated civilization. The dream of a united Imperium dies before it's even born. By the 25th millennium, there are perhaps a few hundred human worlds, but they are scattered like dust. Each follows its own path, some democratic, some imperial, some collapsing into warlords. Terra, once the proud heart of humanity, is now just one more world among thousands, influential but far from dominant. The absence of the warp has a second, far deeper consequence. No Psykers. Without warp sensitivity, humanity never develops psychic powers. Astropaths, navigators, librarians, none of them exist. The black ships never launch. The Emperor's vision of a psychic future never takes root. Humanity remains a purely material species, dependent on technology alone. And if there are no Psykers, there is no bridge for the warp's foulest inhabitants. The Chaos Gods, Khorne, Sench, Nurgle, Slaanesh, still churn and rage in their immaterium, but their reach into real space is limited. Without human minds opening doors, without sorcerers summoning demons, chaos becomes a distant myth, a whisper in the dark rather than a galaxy-devouring plague. The Horus Heresy? It never happens. The demonic invasions? They never occur. The ruinous powers remain shackled, unable to manifest, unable to twist humanity into their plaything. But victory comes at a cost. Without the warp, humanity also loses its greatest potential, the psychic evolution that could have united the species. The Emperor, if he exists at all, is just a powerful immortal, not a god. Without warp travel, power belongs to those who master the machine. The Adeptus Mechanicus never forms as a galaxy-wide cult, but instead, dozens of machine empires rise. Forge worlds become powerful independent city-states, trading starships and weapons to isolated human colonies. Artificial intelligence, long forbidden in Imperial history, thrives in this timeline. With no threat of demonic corruption, humans embrace thinking machines. Autonomous fleets explore the stars. Entire civilizations are run by AI governors, managing resources and trade more efficiently than any human. But without the Imperium's watchful eye, not all outcomes are good. Some colonies fall under the rule of cold, emotionless machine overlords. Others descend into technobarbarism, worshipping the AI as gods. In some places, humans and machines live in harmony. In others, they are locked in eternal war. The galaxy becomes a patchwork of ideologies, 1,000 political experiments running side by side. Without the Imperium's vast military might, humanity is far weaker on the galactic stage. And the alien races, who do not depend on the warp, rise unchecked. The Necrons, silent and patient, expand across the stars with their inertialess drives. The Tyranids, unhindered by psychic beacons, sweep through human space unopposed. The Tau, with their powerful technology and unified vision, quickly dominate vast regions of the galaxy, their philosophy of the greater good spreading among human colonies desperate for allies. The Eldari still fall to Slaanesh. Their doom was inevitable, but their scattered craft worlds face far less human competition. Orc wives rampage across unguarded colonies with little resistance. Humanity, once the dominant species of the Milky Way, is reduced to one power among many, a scattered, divided race struggling to survive against forces far older and stronger. Despite everything humanity endures, Though divided, it is also adaptable. It forms federations and alliances. Some colonies merge with alien powers, creating hybrid civilizations. Others retreat into isolation, focusing on science, philosophy, or exploration. And in the darkest corners of space, whispers spread of a forgotten being, an immortal man who once dreamed of uniting humanity. Without the warp, his dream never became reality. But perhaps, in this fractured future, his idea still lives. Maybe one day, a second Imperium will rise, not forged by psychic might or divine will, but by reason, diplomacy, and the slow, relentless march of science. The galaxy without the warp is not brighter, nor darker. It is simply different, a place where humanity's destiny is written not by gods or demons, but by humanity itself.